You're not on my level. I don't need to address you, bro.
Leave it. They're looking for fight.
I don't need to address you, bro.
Joshua couldn't contain his anger during a heated Instagram live session, where he lashed out at DanielDubois. The outburst came after Dubois boldly claimed that Joshua would lose their upcoming fight, even going so far as to suggest that Joshua might only win if he bribed the referee and judges. Dubois' comments implied an easy victory in his favor, making Joshua feel disrespected and written off before the fight even begins. As they prepare for their highly anticipated clash on September 21st, both fighters have been training relentlessly, pushing their bodies to the limit. The stakes couldn't be higher, and neither man is willing to entertain the thought of losing. Their training regimens reflect the different stages of their careers and the unique strategies they'll bring into the ring. Joshua's preparation has been methodical, emphasizing precision and experience, while Dubois' approach is raw, fueled by youthful determination and raw power. Both fighters are united by a singular goal: to destroy the other and claim victory. Their contrasting preparation methods reveal much about their mindsets and the strategies they'll likely employ on fight night. As the tension builds, one thing is clear: this will be a battle where only one man will emerge victorious.
Caught by cheese. If you don't hear anything else I tell you tonight, young people, don't get caught up with the cheese. Say what you mean. 1, 2, 3. You know, protect this house. This is your house.
Yeah, last one. Big drop.
Both fighters have been keeping things professional in their respective gyms until Dubois decided to stir the pot on social media. After a tough day of training, Dubois went live on Instagram, throwing out taunts without directly naming his target. But let's be real, everyone knew exactly who he was talking about: AnthonyJoshua. When Joshua saw the live stream, he didn't hold back. He fired back with such intensity that it seemed like he was ready to settle things right then and there.
Good work. Keep it professional. What? Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to?
Dubois has effectively gotten under Joshua's skin. His strategy goes beyond intense training, which he knows is essential. It's also about playing mind games that relentlessly taunt Joshua. Dubois aims to rattle his opponent mentally, hoping to throw him off balance when they finally meet in the ring. These psychological tactics are a deliberate part of his plan to make the fight as challenging as possible for Joshua. While some criticize these moves as underhanded and out of place in boxing, Dubois defends his approach, arguing that any tactic is fair game as long as it stays within the official rules.
Yeah, I did, man. I performed when I needed to, and quarter silence everyone for a bit. You know, I need to keep it going and show the real daddy.
The camera pans across a dimly lit boxing gym, the sound of fists hitting heavy bags echoing through the air. Fighters train relentlessly, sweat dripping from their brows. In the corner, we see AnthonyJoshua, focused and intense, delivering precise punches to the bag. Meanwhile, DanielDubois, in a different gym, hammers away with raw power, his face set in determination. In the world of boxing, it's not just about who hits harder or who moves faster. It's about strategy, mental toughness, and the ability to get inside your opponent's head. Two men, AnthonyJoshua and DanielDubois, are about to collide in a battle that goes beyond the physical. The fight on September 21st will determine who reigns supreme, but the war has already begun. Dubois is seen finishing up a grueling training session. His muscles are taut, and his face is flushed with the exertion of the day's work. As he cools down, he grabs his phone, opens Instagram, and starts a live session. The screen shows his face, confident, almost smug. Dubois has always been known for his raw power and unrelenting aggression in the ring. But lately, he's been showing another side of his game: his ability to get under his opponent's skin. After a hard day of training, he took to Instagram to throw out some taunts, not directly naming his target, but everyone knew who he was talking about. Asterisk, some people think they're untouchable. They think experience alone will save them. But when they face me, they'll find out it's a different story. No names, but we all know who I'm talking about. Asterisk. The camera zooms in on Joshua as he watches the Instagram live on his phone. His expression shifts from mild curiosity to smoldering anger. He puts down his phone and begins shadowboxing with increased intensity, his focus razor-sharp. Joshua, a man known for his discipline and composure, was not one to take such provocations lightly. When he saw Dubois' live session, he didn't hold back. He fired back with such intensity that it seemed like he was ready to settle things right then and there. Asterisk, you want to talk? Fine. But understand this. There's a limit to what I'll tolerate. You cross that line, and you'll find out just how dangerous it can be. I'm not just here to win. I'm here to dominate. Asterisk. Dubois' smile during his live session made it seem like he'd already won the battle before the real fight even began. That kind of arrogance can be unsettling, and it was clear that it drove Joshua mad. But you can't really blame him. Haven't we all felt that way before? It's one thing to have a rivalry in a sport, but the disrespect Dubois showed was crossing the line. The camera cuts to a boxing analyst, AnthonyJoshua, a former world lightweight champion, sitting in a well-lit studio. He reflects on the upcoming fight, drawing from his vast experience in the sport. Asterisk, Joshua's experience as an Olympic gold medalist gives him a level of composure and discipline that's unmatched in the ring. He's methodical, precise, and knows how to control the pace of the fight. But Dubois is something else. He's young, hungry, and has a knockout record that can't be ignored. His power is a real threat, and if Joshua doesn't stay sharp, it could be lights out. Asterisk. Collar acknowledges that while Joshua's experience gives him an edge, Dubois' rapid rise in the boxing world is not to be underestimated. Dubois has proven he can stand toe-to-toe with seasoned boxers, and his hunger to prove himself could make him a dangerous contender. The camera now shifts to another analyst, Frazier Clark, who has a different take on the upcoming bout. He leans back in his chair, thoughtful. Asterisk. Look, Joshua's got the experience, no doubt. But Dubois punches harder than Joshua, no question about it. If Dubois can land those shots and withstand Joshua's counterattacks, that power could be the decisive factor. It's not just about skill. It's about who can impose their will in the ring. Asterisk. Clark's perspective shifts the focus to Dubois' raw power. He believes that if Dubois can harness his strength and impose it on Joshua, the fight could swing in his favor. While Joshua is a skilled fighter with a strong track record, Clark argues that Dubois' power could shift the dynamics of the match. Asterisk. It's not a foregone conclusion by any means, but I'm leaning towards Joshua to win by stoppage. His ability to neutralize opponents, especially in the early rounds, is key. But Dubois, if he's still there after 4 rounds, then it becomes his type of fight. And that's when it gets really interesting. Asterisk. Carla remains uncertain whether the fight will end early, but his extensive experience leads him to believe that Joshua's precision and strategic approach will give him the edge. However, he doesn't rule out Dubois' chances, especially if the fight goes into the later rounds. Asterisk. Joshua's got a fantastic right hand, and although Dubois takes a good shot, it's another matter to take that right from Joshua in small gloves. But if Dubois can survive those early rounds and keep landing his own shots, it could be anyone's fight. The question is, can Joshua find a way out of those punches? If he can, he'll come out on top. But that's a big if against someone who hits as hard as Dubois. Asterisk. Clark emphasizes the challenge Joshua faces against Dubois' power. The fight could turn into a battle of endurance and strategy, with Joshua needing to navigate through the onslaught of Dubois' punches. Ultimately, the outcome is uncertain, and the true test will come when the two men meet in the ring.